till my trophies at last I lay down. Very good evening. Just pardon me a bit today. I have been speaking for some time, so it looks like I've lost my voice a bit. But just I know you would understand. Today, we are beginning something a bit new from what we've been doing all the time. And we want to give you a kind of a background as to the next direction. For some time, we've been looking at the watershed. Every Saturday, we're dealing with the watershed. And today, we are beginning, as I said, a new direction on the concept that I believe that by now you've heard a bit on social media. As always, we would respectfully encourage you to connect to your friends, share the link right now, and then those who need to sign on to my YouTube channel, just do that. You want to go on prwcaccra.org website to go ahead and just connect with us. Do kindly share my Facebook link, and then we will get connected. So today we'll be looking at a concept, something that I've been thinking about for some time. I'll give you the rationale behind that. I will let you have an idea of what is ahead, what are the packages, what are the issues that are involved, and what really do we have at the back of our minds. So stay tuned, stay connected, and very soon we will zoom you in. But as I indicated last time, very soon this lovely book will be available, and you can have a copy, but please do have a copy of this book. Isn't it a nice book? It's a nice book, right? Yeah, I think it's a nice book. So try and prepare your heart and your mind so that we can go through this journey together. So I'm just giving you about 30 seconds. Do share the link so that our friends can connect with us and not be left out, will not be left out. All right, so just 30 seconds now, left with about 20 seconds. So maybe 10 more seconds. So quickly connect with us on Facebook's, any of the social media platforms, and we'll be happy to have you engage us. All right, so as I indicated, today we are shifting a bit from what we often do, but I can tell you this is going to be more exciting because we have a whole package. It's going to be really, really exciting. And as I give you an indication of where the direction we are going, I believe that you will understand me more, and you're going to come along with us. First of all, somebody, I believe, will be asking, what is this long title, TRANSRELADERSHIP? I've heard people mention it, TRANSRELADERSHIP. Some call it TRANSLEADERSHIP. Some call it whatever, but it's good at least. It gets people thinking and talking. And that is what we're really looking at. What are the issues that TRANSRELADERSHIP seek to do? Of course, I'll not be able to let you drink the soup before the time. No. Just next Saturday, you would have it launched. Next Saturday, by this time, would have been on it. But something got me thinking. And I believe that I need that one. I can let you know because that has formed the basic. On the launch day, I may not be able to share a lot with you. So I have this platform and I may want to open up. I started thinking that, you see, being a Pentecost pastor, a Pentecost minister, by the way, can I be sure I'm even being heard? Those of you who are on the line, just raise your hand or something. Let me know you can hear me.
We can hear you.
Okay, great. All right. I've been thinking, and I want you to help me in this conversation. Sometimes we have very powerful church leaders, and not only specific to Pentecost, but of course, Pentecost, I've seen some, and that sets me thinking other churches, church leaders, and they're so powerful, so influential. But when they leave the scene or when they retire, sometimes a few of them doesn't seem to appear that they are fulfilled. In other words, they've not poured out everything that they ought to pour out. And sometimes you see a bit of as if we were in charge, if we were in control, we would have done it this way, that way, and ask why do we go through this? We also have situations where people retire from work. They are, let's say, director of a company or the ministries, one government agency or the other, and then these people retire and they want to hang on. They are asking for 1 year, they're asking for 2 years. You spent about 60 years of your life or 65 years of your life if you're a pastor, and you are supposed to retire and you're looking for 1 more year, 2 more years. Why? I'm just wondering why. Why aren't we capable of relaxing and enjoying our retirement and rather becoming a consultant? Rather, we becoming or coming into a point where people rather chase us. People rather are coming for us. They rather want to give us contract. They rather want to extend our time. And we are rather going to say that, oh no, I want to have time with my grandchildren. What is the missing link? Why can't, like Paul, be able to say that I have fought the good fight? I have finished the race. Why can't we, as a banker or as a lecturer or as a pastor, come to a point where at a point you know that, look, I've poured everything in me. So it's time for me to just enjoy time with my grandchildren, become a consultant, becomes an advisor, becomes a counselor. Why do we struggle and find ways of manipulating the system so that we can have 1 year or 2 years or something? Change the whole, sometimes change constitutions, just to change policies, just to give us a place. Why? Sometimes head of states, some presidents have first term, second term. After that, they want to change the constitution. Why? Why couldn't you? Jesus spent only 3 years. Only 3 years. And was willing to go. Was willing to leave. Because he had been fulfilled. He had been accomplished. So these things got me thinking, whether in the church or whether in governance, why? Why aren't we able? Why aren't we able? And today, as I said, is a bit different, so I want it to be a conversation. Set your mind thinking. Why can't we have situations where, just ask yourself, how many of the companies, those of you who are about 40 years or 50 years and above, maybe 40 years and above, some of the companies we knew in Ghana, where are they? Go to Aboso Glass Factory, go to Shanghai, go to all these places. These are very powerful. Where are they? Why can't we have people set up systems and structures and organizations where they can retire and years after them? So these were the things that got me thinking. And that, as I thought about it and as I looked at the life of Jesus Christ and how this man, 30 years of age, not 40 years, not 50 years, not 70 years, 30 years, man, hey, who moved with people who were of his age. Of course, I know that there's the thinking that when we look at the picture of Jesus Christ and we look at the Peters and the Pauls, in our mind, we think that these are very old people because of the years. We see Peter holding maybe a rod, a walking stick in movies. So we think that these are very old people. But even though I was not there, I can tell you confidently, but that Jesus would have moved with his peers. The Jewish culture would have made it very difficult for Jesus at the age of 30 to be moving with the 50s. It wouldn't happen. So obviously, they would have been his age. And I keep saying, and those of you who have been listening to me since my youth directorship time will know that I am one who believes in young people a lot. Bible says that there was a young man standing, and when you look at the original text, it was like a young youth standing when Stephen was being stoned. And that young man from there went to Damascus, wanted to kill, persecute the Christians, and then Jesus arrested him. So even Paul was called an apostle at a very young age. Very young age. And yet, in our time, people think that once you are young, you cannot be trusted. And it's unbelievable that even those of us who were called into ministry young, who were called at the age of 25 or at the age of 30 or at the age of 22, when we come to a certain position, we cannot even trust the very young people. Isn't it? I mean, isn't it surprising? We were called young, we were ordained young, and yet we want to rather engage. We have no trust for the young people. But Jesus at the age of 30, young man at the age of 30, with young people, with the Pauls, with John and Peters, young at his own age. I mean, which old man will be putting his head on Jesus Christ? But these are people at the age of 30, he was able to leave such an indelible mark on this earth, on this planet, that till to date, his legacy lives on. And the question is, you are 40, you are 50, you are 60. As of now, what legacy? What can you be remembered for? If you are to die today, will you just die and leave this earth like that? Or you would have left an imprint in the sands of time. You would have left a memory that lives, and that outlives you. And that is why the book Transleadership had to be thought through, and then we came out with it. So the deep things of transleadership, forget about the big name. Forget about the big name. On Saturday, God willing, I will let you know why that big name, Transreladership. I will let you know. But I'm sure by now a lot of you know, because we've explained it on social media. But you see, let me not drink all the soup. But this is the rationale behind. Why can't we do something that will last? Why can't I take hold of a church and the church will last in my hands? Why? Why should things be dying in our hands, be dying in the hands of the people we hand over to? Why? If Jesus did it, we will be able to. Don't tell me that Jesus was God. That's why he was able to do it. In fact, Jesus said that the things that he is able to do greater than that we will do. So there's no excuse that Jesus was able to do it because he's the Son of God. In fact, Jesus has made it very clear that we, like him, will do greater works. So he's given us all that it takes. We better learn lessons from him. And that is my take on why I think that we need to be discussing this book. And we will be dealing with it. The Transleadership is not just a book. It is not just a book. It is a movement. It is an agenda, a global agenda. And that is why we have what we call the TRANSRELADERSHIP E'Class. The TRANSRELADERSHIP E'Class. And that is what we'll be doing from now. The Saturdays, we have moved the watershed to another date. We'll let you know that. And of course, the idea of the watershed was to engage people with living testimonies so that they share their true life stories with us. That will still continue. But the original idea for Transreladership is to engage global minds, top minds, people who have made impact, are making impact, and will continue to make impact, to engage them so that they share their insight, and then we can engage them at the same level or learn from them. So the E-Class will be engaging people in academia, professors, lecturers, lawyers, corporate leaders, CEOs and managers, church leaders, apostles and prophets and bishops. Will be engaging top minds as we deal with the issue of transleadership. So we'll be going through actually we're having about 24 modules that we'll be going through with you. These are courses that when you take and you go through, by the time you finish the module, your perception of life and the things that you do in life would have been completely changed. Little things cannot sweep you up your feet. There are people, the slightest challenge they face in life, the slightest backlash or misfortune, if there's any word like that as far as Christians are concerned, I don't think it's a misfortune. All things work together for good, whether positive or negative. You may have fallen, you may have backslided, you may have lost a position or an opportunity. Don't just die, don't just vanish into thin air. Don't allow people to kill your fire and zeal. What are the lessons? What is it that will keep your head floating over the waters, no matter what? What is it that will make you not drown? By the time you go through these courses, I am fully convinced, very, very convinced that you would have become such a force to reckon with that nothing can move you. And like Jesus and the apostles, you'll be a solid person, either in your work life, in your Christian life, in your corporate life. So we'll be going through at least 24 modules. And then, as I said, we'll be engaging global minds. And we'll be dealing with people who are accomplished. They'll come, they'll give us lecture notes. They'll give us handouts. They'll give us materials that we can download, that we can engage with. And so it is an E-Class. And when we talk of E-Class, we are talking about something for executives, something for people who are dreamers, some visionaries, people who want to achieve, goal getters, people who want to get to some point in life. And even if you are not, by the time you go through that thing, you would want to achieve something. You just don't want to die. You wouldn't want to just die. You want to achieve something. And so that is what the E-Class will be taking through. For executive, it's going to be electronic. So it is still E. It's going to be via social media. So wherever we are, wherever you are, you can connect at that time, whether you're on your flight, on land, sea, whether you are going on trek, you can just download it later on. You can engage during the live service. So it is going to be an E-Class. It's not going to be a physical place. And then it's going to be eternal. In other words, we are learning principles that will take us onto eternity. So that's the meaning of the TRANSRELADERSHIP E-Class. Triple E, executive, electronically, and then eternally. Some principles that will lead you to eternity. And then, as I said, will come your way prepared with materials that will be helpful. Finally, I just want you to know and just give you a brief idea, and then we'll engage you on this conversation. So back to the book. You see, I hope the light is not reflecting. Yeah, that is it. Okay, I think I'm going this way, right? TRANSRELADERSHIP, living legacies. And you really want to get a copy of this book. You really want to get a copy of this book. It's a combination of my personal experience in my leadership journey, the things that I've studied, the things that I've seen, the things that I've thought about. Of course, not a lot are here. Some of them too, as we go through the E-Classes, we share practical examples with you. So we are hoping that you're going to get a copy of this. And we want you to be at the launch, which is just next Saturday, 5 p.m. We will start the red carpet and the music festival. So we're going to have gospel jazz, we're going to have gospel musicians, we're going to have great guys. We have Ankrato joining us, we have Empraise, we have all powerful royal vessels. We have quite a number of invited guests. We're going to have a jazz session, powerful session during the red carpet. And then we're going to engage. We're going to have conversation. We're going to network with the leaders that will be coming for the launch. So you have an opportunity during the red carpet while people are being interviewed. You can also interview some of the dignitaries that will be coming. You can engage them, people from all walks of life, and you can engage them. And then we would also have situations where whatever we are doing will be streamed live across the globe. So you can be part of it, whether you're in the US, whether you're in Germany, whether you are in Afghanistan, Mozambique, Botswana, all of them, you are more than welcome to join during the launch. So try and be at the red carpet session, because that is going to be more engaging and more fun. And then at 6 o'clock, the launch proper will start. 6 o'clock, the launch proper of this book will start. So we're going to have, as I said, the red carpet session. You are dignitaries. You are a celebrity. It's not only the footballers and the Hollywood stars who are celebs. You as a believer, you're also a celeb, and want to treat you like a king. Actually, we are royals, and they shouldn't intimidate us with the thinking that they alone are the celebs. We are also celebs. Actually, we are really, really top-notch celebs. So that is what the red carpet session will be doing. We're engaging these leaders who have specially invited guests, top people, and you have the opportunity to engage them. That is what we'll be doing during the red carpet session. So we have red carpet, jazz music, gospel music ministration, networking, and the atmosphere is going to be electrifying, both spiritually and physically. So we want you to be there. And then there are other special things, but that will only be available for those who will be coming there on that day. That will be available for, may not be available for our online audience, but it will be available for those who will be coming. Some of our sponsors have decided to give us some freebies. DeMarco has promised that she's going to get us something, so it will be for those who will be there. You will receive special coupons to shop free online. Shop free online at allplaza.com. Allplaza.com. You'd also receive special coupons to shop there. We're also going to have other sponsorship packages only for those who would attend the launch. So apart from the launch, whatever you get as you buy the book, for just coming to the launch, certain opportunities are going to be available to you. And more people are being engaged so that you can get connected. Who knows? You're going to get connected to a job or a business or a contract. So we are not just looking at you coming for a launch, just come and sit there and buy a book. But we want to create opportunities and avenue for you to also get connected to certain destinies of life. So it's not a normal, typical book launch. It's a whole package. It's a combination of things that we'll be doing on that day. So we'd encourage you to come. I believe that I've just seen Kerova online. I'm sure they would also give us certain things for free. You in fact, yes, so they're available for the online audience. I want to sorry, I think I went off a bit. That is internet for you, you know. So it's one of those things. The line just dropped a bit. Sorry. So we're going to have that session, and you'll be more than welcome to connect with us that day and have the best of the times, So, and then I also said that it's going to start at 5 o'clock, 5 is the pre-launch session where we're going to have an engagement with, networking with people, and then we're going to also have good time in the presence of the Lord. And then the launch proper where we're going to hear more about the book and the direction. And then we've also explained, for the sake of those of you who have just joined, I've seen that quite a number of you are just joining. Wow. Both on social media. So I'm going to take another 3-4 minutes just to do a quick recap of all that, maybe 2 minutes, a quick recap of all that I've said today. And then we would give room for other questions or gradually draw the curtains down. We have said that we are now changing direction. From next week is the launch. Next 2 weeks is Easter convention. So there's going to be a break. We'll go for the Easter convention. after the Easter convention, there we will begin the E-Class, the TRANSRELADERSHIP E-Class. And if you have just joined, we said that we are moving from the watershed. The watershed is going to be moved to another date. We're moving into the E-Class, and the E-Class has to do with engaging top global minds, people in academia, people in corporate life, top people, professors, lawyers, doctors, who have accomplished a lot, and they'll be lecturing, they'll be teaching us certain principles as we go through a 24 model that TRANSRELADERSHIP seeks to bring. It's not just a book, it's a training manual. So we'll be going through that, and it's going to be about 24 models. So you want to go through all the models. After that, you'll be given some level of certification, and you'll be glad you went through that class. You'll be glad you went through that class. You would have engaged top minds across the globe. And because it is an E-Class, in other words, it is for top executives and those of you who want to become top executives. Two, it is something that is going to be electronic. It is going to be like e-commerce, email is an electronic platform. And so wherever you are, you can connect in any part of the world so that you don't miss out on that session, that live session. And then we've also explained that there is going to be unto eternity principles that are eternal principles. That is what we're going to engage in. So that is what we're doing for the previous, subsequent weeks. We'll begin on the 10th. Take note, on the 10th, we will start the E-Class with you. But we said that next week we're going to have a launch of this book. If you just joined, TRANSRELADERSHIP. What is TRANSRELADERSHIP about? Saturday, you're going to get more information on that. And we are saying that in that launch, we're going to have an hour red carpet or music session where, and I want you to be there, to be in that session. From 5 o'clock, we start that. It's going to be a networking session. You're going to meet people, you're going to engage minds, you're going to have networks established. And then during that period too, we're going to have some level of freebies from our sponsors. And we are saying that the launch proper will take place at 6, and that one will be more of a formal, serious kind of business. And in that whole period, you would have gotten not just a good book, and please come with lots of money. Bring lots of money. Are we there? Yeah, you're going to not just buy the book, you're going to sponsor the E-Class so that we can bring top people, engage them so that they can lecture you electronically. We want to possess the nation and want to use every opportunity at our disposal to possess the nation. So we use every means to get today. My network is really giving me problems, but hey, that's it. So all right, so come expecting not to just get a book, come expecting meeting guys, come expecting meeting blessings, come expecting meeting the Lord God. Is going to be, in fact, I want you to know there's a whole prayer team praying, for the launch, praying for those of you who come, that as you buy the book, God will open doors, enable you to live living legacies. Even this evening, they are meeting to pray. So it's no small joke. We are not just doing academic exercise. We are in it spiritually. You may want to connect. You may want to join us even for the prayer meeting this evening at 7. At 7 evening, the prayer team are going to be there. You can connect with them. They've been praying all along with us. All right. So we want to draw the curtains down. But before we leave, if anybody has any question Or yes, let me also make it clear to you that the book will be available online later on. So you can buy it online wherever you are. You can get it online, but you have to be a supporter. Don't be an onliner for now. Be a supporter, and I know God will richly bless you. If you have any question, if you have any ideas how we can live living legacies, if you have any issues that we can that engages your mind. I began by saying that I have been thinking, how come Jesus was able within 3 years make such an impact, and yet we are struggling with little businesses, with little churches? Unbelievable. Some of us cannot face pressure, cannot withstand battles and challenges. Our fire just goes off like that. Our dreams just die. What is the secret? Look at all that was done to Jesus, yet he withstood it. What was the secret? That is what transreladership seeks to do. It's trans. That is beyond, going beyond leadership. So we are not just raising leaders, we are raising trans-relators. So if anybody has a question or a comment or your view on why we are unable to live living legacies, why things begin to die in people's hands, what are your experiences, what are your lessons, what are some of the challenges that you face, and how can, what counsel can you share so that people can learn from your experiences? This is the conversational point, and then after that we can draw the curtains down. Hello, we need to hear you talk, folks. We need to hear you talk. We need to hear you talk. Let's hear your input. Let's hear the issues. We are brainstorming as to how we can get. Where are the state corporations? Where are the buses that used to pick children? The transport companies. Where are they? Where are the businesses that used to? We all used to be proud of. I just can't understand. When I went to the university, some of us were a room on our own, even that we were complaining. Then later we shared. I mean, I remember when my father was in the university, you could go and the whole place was for him. Could enjoy at Legon Hall. And then today when you go, people are like sardine there. Why are we doing that to ourselves? Why are we going back instead of going forward? I can't just believe this. It's so sad, eh? But that is what transleadership seeks to do. There has to be a change in our thinking, change in our mindset. Look, it's not just praying. Let me be very honest with you. Prayer is good, but we need to also have a right mindset and change the way we think. Okay, so let me hear you out.
Apostle, I have a question.
Yeah, you have a question. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's hear your question, Madam Matilda. Yeah, what's up? What's your question?
Thank you very much for this concept of transfer leadership. And I believe that it's a very great concept that we all have to embrace. And I also think that one of the things that has helped like huge companies like Schwar, like the Mary Kay's and the Coca-Colas, who have been able to leave a lasting legacies, like family businesses, and they've had like multiple successions and they are still running, is because of like good succession plans and mentorship. So as part of your concept of transfer leadership, do you have something like that in the pipeline for the youth, like kind of a mentorship program for people who are on top and people who are in businesses to be able to mentor young people to be able to take over businesses and legacies like that? Do you have anything like that in the pipeline?
You want me to tell you everything in the book right now, then why will you buy?
You said we should ask questions, so that's my question.
Yeah. So if you want to ask that question, yes. And that is why we've taken our time to write this book. We've taken it because as I said, it's something that got me thinking. Why was Jesus? It took only 3 years. It took only 3 years. And he was able to, yes. So the principles are in this book. Some of the things we're looking at, practical examples, personal life, other organizations. But you see, you were just mentioning a few of them. It is a truism that even the Fortune 500 companies of the world, mostly do not allow, go beyond, their lifespan is not beyond 40 years. Quite a number, only few are able to do that. And that should set the whole world thinking. The whole thing we're thinking. And my challenge is, why are we not getting better? Why are we not getting better? And sometimes you see that things are as horrible. So yes, it is here. Now the issue about mentorship and those things, that is why I did not just write a book, but I'm saying that we're going to engage the book. So it's going to be a kind of a class, and obviously diverse ways of mentorship, personal level and then the group level, where we use the E'Class to guide people as to where they can live, living legacies. And let me make this distinction. We are not talking about lasting legacy. We are not talking about lasting legacy. I know a lot of people talk about you must leave a lasting legacy. No, what we are talking about is not just a lasting legacy, but a living legacy. And the book explains why we are saying living legacy. And then maybe when we start the E'Class, you will know the difference between what is lasting and what is living. What is lasting and what is living. So yes, we're going to use the E'Class sessions and the personal levels, and then we're also going to have engagement with organizations and institutions from our team, and to do that. So yes, that is part of the plan. All right. Any other contribution or question? Let the thinking begin. Let the conscientization begin. Let there be a revolution, mental revolution, an agenda to get things done and get them done so much, so well that even when we are dead and gone, we will still have the legacy living. Any other? Just have some few minutes and then we'll draw the curtains down for today. Don't forget, for those of you who have just joined, Saturday, I want to especially invite you, those of you who are in Accra, people like Matilda and Co. In fact, it's because of you that we are bringing the live streaming. You can connect with us. But if for those in Ghana, we wouldn't have given you any live stream option. Those of you in Ghana and in Accra in particular, we expect you to be at the Dome to support us physically, spiritually, emotionally. But those outside who for genuine reasons cannot come, we will provide that facility for you so that you can also have a good time. Yes, any?
Hello, Apostle.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Very well, very well, very well. Grace, keeping us.
Thank you very much. I'm glad about this initiative. In fact, I'm so excited. This is the Coleman, Kenya.
Okay.
When I went through,
Coleman.
yes, sir. When I went through the short clips about TRANSRELADERSHIP, I think I got excited because this is something that has been ringing in my heart for a very long time. The issue about living legacies and the application of principles in our lives to make a difference, to make an impact. And so I look forward to great things through this movement, through this initiative. God bless you abundantly.
Amen. I'm sure we would have the opportunity to come to Kenya or send a team to Kenya or get there online. And I think it's an African challenge, especially. Africa is unbelievable. Africa. It's so strange how people find it difficult to leave power.
Sure.
So difficult. It's unbelievable. And the trend must change. People must be willing to leave power, and then rather the people are saying, no, don't go, and you still say, I will go, and still make an impact. That is the direction. Good. All right. Any other thing? Any other input or question? Then we can draw the curtains down. Let the conversation begin, please. Right? So once again, we are welcoming you to Saturday. Just we would give you a link. We'll give you various links that will help you get lots of information on what that is going on. And if there's the need for you to download the training manual with time, we'll let you have that. Any other question or input?
Also, you mentioned certificates will be issued at the end of the E'Class. So is there a place that we can go and register or something? Is there a registration before you can take part?
Yeah, yes. We'll give. That's why I said we'll give you the. But I don't even know who asked the question. It's good to introduce yourself. Who am I talking to? I want to mention your name.
It's Matilda.
Matilda. Oh, okay. Yes. We'll provide all those things where you can register, the links and all those things. And it will be important to go through the course. Because you see, we are going to engage university professors. It's not just going to be it's going to be a really serious thing. A team. It's not a one-man show, it's a team of professionals who would come together and we're going to get this thing done. So you register and we would get you the appropriate recognition. Of course, this is not a degree program, not yet. This is not a degree, this is not, but like we go for such training models and it helps us. A time is going to come very soon and you mark it, where the mere fact that you've gone through this course, corporate bodies and organizations will know that you're a different kind of person. By the time you will finish, they will know you're a different kind of person. If you're a pastor, you'll be a different pastor. You will not be just a pushover. Or you will not just be somewhere there and nothing changes, things die in your hands. No, nothing should die in your hands. No, nothing. I'm a firm believer of that. And unless I decide that, look, I want to change course, I want to end this one. But it should not be that the thing is dying when there's life in our tongue. No way. So we'll be going through all these things, how to keep visions and dreams alive. Any other question? So maybe you are even excited about this and you want to also on that day donate something to people. Maybe you want to go and give somebody, those who come and participate, something from your company or from your organization. As long as it will go to them, I don't really mind. So you can let us know that, okay, hey, I also want to give this to people, maybe to students. I want to give them books. I want to give them something to help them learn, laptops, anything that you think you can give out to people that will come that day. Maybe you have an opportunity at your workplace and you want to give one person employment. So you decide, look, whoever comes to the launch, you create that opportunity for person. Just let us know anything you want to do for people who will come. I don't just want people to come and buy books and go. I also want them to come and be beneficiaries. They'll come and have engagement with top people. And that's why we are bringing top people. So let it be an opportunity that you come and meet this man, that man. I don't want to drink the soup. So when you come there, you see them. Maybe for your first time, you're going to meet there. So this man, then you have the opportunity to engage him. You have the opportunity to engage. You're also invited wherever you are. Whether you receive the invitation card or not, I want to extend an invitation to you. We're having it at the PIWC Accra Dome at ATTC Kokomemle. ATTC Kokomemle. That is where we're going to have the launch. Somebody is asking how much is the book in USD. As for the price, we don't normally talk our price until we've launched it. So for now, the price in USD will be communicated to you, but bring plenty money for the launch. You see, launch, we don't deal with price. Launch, we deal with supporting an agenda. So even if you are going to give $1 million, no big deal. It's all acceptable. So that is the idea of the launch, so that we push the E'Class, so that we push the changing of the mindset and all the people that will be invited. And it's going to be across the globe. We can engage corporate leaders from South Africa, from the UK, from Nigeria, from Gambia, here in Ghana, because it is an E'Class. You don't need to bring the people down. But you see, the truth is that when you cannot just let them come and lecture you, give you the ideas, and then after that you say bye-bye. You know, it's not too nice, isn't it? And that is why we're going to launch this agenda, so that we can we have apostles, national heads, mission, people who share their experiences. We have corporate leaders, business executives who share online, globally. And we are going to impact our communities and our societies with. And let me say that the book uses the principles of Christ, but it's useful to the Christian, to the Muslim, to the Hindu. Christ is bread of life, and his principles affect everybody. So whether in business, whether in corporate governance, whether in politics, even there's a whole session on chieftaincy institution, how transleadership works there. There's a whole issue about our culture and how the advantages of cultural dynamics. These are all in the books, and you don't want to miss that. So it's a whole package. Actually, I can say that maybe 25 books can be written out of this. Every chapter in the book can become a whole book on itself. But I wanted this to be a masterpiece, so that when you have it, it's a full bread, and then later on, we can expand it. It's taking a bit of time for me to come out with this, you know that. So we'll give you the prize later on, but for the meantime, God bless you so much. If anybody has any yeah, but you can pre-order, and in the pre-order you just say that, look, I'm going to support this thing with boom, then you say something big will keep your copy for you. I'm seeing a comment here. Good idea. Our environment is very hostile to success, but I agree we can make a difference. Yes, Leo. Yeah, Leonard, I'm happy to have you join us. That's Mr. Leonard, Mr. Kofi, or is it Madam using your your page? But that's lonely.
Mr. Kofi.
Oh, Mr. Kofi himself. Great. I like that. And Mr. Kofi is a great guy, one of the guys in our church. For those of you who may not know him now, that's a solid point is made. But we need to change our mentality. We need to change. And that is what transleadership seeks to do. So it's a global agenda. It's not just Kwesiakwa. We are mobilizing minds of solid Christians across the globe who have achieved, and they will come together to push this agenda of impacting the world, possessing the nations. Different churches have their slogans, but at the end of the day, making disciples of Christ everywhere. I'm hoping that even the mosque will begin to teach this. The shrines will begin to teach this. The corporate world, the banks, everything. And before they realize, Christ would have come into their heart, and it would have also been beneficial to them. So this is not a book that is anti anyone. It's not confrontational. It is but powerful. But of course, it confronts wrongdoing and sin. But it does it with love and affection. And so you want to be part. So Leonard, that's a good one. For today, we are in trouble. All right. Anyway, we are bringing the meeting to a close. So thank you very, very much, all of you, for coming. Thank you for being a part of this. Please feel free to share your ideas with me. Just drop me a message as to how best you can push this trans-leadership. It is trans-leadership. I mean, to make it easier for you, trans for transformation, relay for relationship, and leadership. So it's trans-leadership. Something that transcends, something that is beyond, something that is across, a legacy that you will leave beyond you. And what are the skills of doing that? If you have any idea, just drop it at inbox me, WhatsApp me, 054 715 16, 054 715 16, or you can drop on any of my social media handles at Aqua EK, ACQUAH, ACQUAHEK. You just drop a message, inbox me, or you can just drop a statement on my website, ekaqua.com, ekaqua.com. In the meantime, let me thank those who have already begun supporting me. Concept G8 will be providing the lighting for the day. Brilliant work by our brother Alfred. I also want to thank allplaza.com. They are providing all the online facilities. They are going to make the books available to you online, any part of the world. They will let the book get to you. And you can also shop online on their platform. Integrity guaranteed. DeMarco is also helping us. And you can also get whatever you want from them. DeMarco and Unibex. DeMarco and Unibex, they are also helping us push this agenda. You can also connect with us, give us ideas, give us whatever you think can be used to push this, and we'll be glad you are. But above all, let us go out there and impact the world, possess our nations, possess our environment, possess the things that God has given us. Let us impact our nation, impact our societies, impact our families, impact our community, and let Jesus be Lord. But as usual, we cannot end this without letting you have an opportunity to meet the greatest translator of all time, the one who has given us this inspiration, the one who spent only 3 years and he has made such an impact. Can you imagine, as of today, the world date is named after him, 20 BC and 20 AD, 3 years. He's made such an impact that billions of people across the globe, even when they are being killed, are still following him. This is not simple. He's made such an impact that at the mention of his name, lives are changed and transformed. That is the Jesus we are talking about. He's the one who is able to turn your sorrows around into joy. He is able to transform your whole being, and it is he who is able to cause you to be a true, genuine translator so that nothing dies in your hands. That is the spirit behind translatorship, that nothing dies. Once I begin something, once I lay hold of something, it won't die in my hands until I want to change course. It will not, it will live. And that is why we are talking about living legacies that are alive, legacies that even when you are dead and gone, the legacy itself will reinvent, will recondition, will be able to adjust, will reproduce. All the issues about living beings. That is the kind of legacy we are talking about. Not just lasting, but legacies that live for long and have the character of a living being. And I'm saying that Jesus, who said, the words I speak to you are spirit and life, is the very one who is the greatest translator. And he can turn your life around and bring you good news. So right now, if you have not accepted Jesus as Lord, I want to give you the opportunity to accept Jesus as Lord, and your life will never be the same. So repeat this after me. That, dear Lord, I know you love me. And so today, I accept you as my Lord and Savior. I will walk with you all the days of my life. So dear Lord, help me and bless me. In Jesus' name, I have confessed you as Lord over my own life. I believe that you died and you were raised from the dead. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. If you have prayed this simple prayer, you have been born again. And there's good news for you. Nothing will die in your hands. You will become a translator, not just a leader, but a translator. You will be someone that will leave living legacies. May the gracious hand of the Lord be upon you. May God cause his countenance to be upon you. May God shower blessings upon you. And may the good Lord be with you. In Jesus' mighty name. See you again next week, Saturday, exactly 5 p.m. at the Dome. Or if you are not, at the PRWC Dome, Accra, at ATTC, PRWC Accra Dome, ATTC. Just come there. Or if you're not in Ghana, you can connect with us online. At
What?